In this video the following concepts are studied. Determine the place and time from the graph. Investigation of tangent line slope properties. Determine the speed with the help of a graph slope. Determine the direction of movement with the help of a slope, etc. In the previous part, we explained how to draw graphs. In this part, suppose the question is the opposite, that is, we have a graph and we want to extract useful information from it. We said before that we have three main graphs. First we examine the position time graph. What information can we get from it, and in other words what questions can be asked about it? Tip 1. By drawing horizontal lines, the position of the object can be determined. And by drawing vertical lines, time can be obtained. Consider this point for example. If we draw a horizontal line, we see that this line intersects the position axis at point 3. That is, the object is located 3 meters after the origin of the coordinates. If we want to see what moment the object is in this place, we have to draw a line perpendicular to the time axis. We see that in moment 5, the object is in this place. In fact, we say that at moment 5, it was 3 meters after the origin. Consider the second point. If we draw a horizontal line, we see that this line intersects the position axis at point 1. That is, the object is located 1 meter after the origin of the coordinates. And if we want to see what moment the object is in this place, we have to draw a line perpendicular to the time axis. We see in moment 2, the object is in this place. In fact, we say that at moment 2, it was 1 meter away from the origin. Consider the third point. This part is important, because it shows the initial conditions of movement. In fact, at moment 0, the moving object is 2 meters after the origin of the coordinates. This place is called the initial place.
Now we examine the whole movement. First, at moment 0, the moving object was 2 meters after the coordinate origin. This object moves in the opposite direction of the position axis. And at moment 2, the object is 1 meter after origin. At this point, it changes direction and moves in the direction of the coordinate axis, moving away from the origin. Tip. When an object moves in the direction of the position axis, its velocity is positive. And when an object moves in the opposite direction position axis, its velocity is negative. Pay attention to this part. In this motion at first the velocity of the object is negative, because it moves in the opposite direction of the position axis. That is, from moment 0 to moment 2, the velocity of the object is negative, and from moment 2 onwards, the velocity of the object becomes positive, because the object moves in the direction of the position axis.
Tip 2. If we have a position time graph, the velocity of a moving object is equal to the slope of the tangent line to the graph. For example, consider the initial location, draw a line tangent to the graph. We see that this line is downward, and the slope of this line is negative. We understand that velocity is negative. In general, if we have position time graph, if the slope of the tangent line is negative, the velocity of the object is negative, and the object moves in the opposite direction of the position axis. At this point, it means moment 2. The slope of the tangent line is 0. That is, at this moment, the object stands still for a moment, and changes its direction of movement. At this point, that is moment 5. This line is upward. From this, we know that velocity is positive, so if the slope of the tangent line is positive, and the object moves in the direction of the location axis.
In the next section, we will explain how to calculate the slope of a tangent line. We will explain the method of calculating the average speed and instantaneous speed from a graph.